Shalom, shalom. Before we begin, I want to give all the glory and praise and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Akadash, double honor to the elders of the Apostle of Great Millstone. Shalom to 144,000. Yahweh being the name of the true Heavenly Father, who also he calls God, meaning he exists, he to be. Yahushai meaning he delivers, he saves. And I want to open up with the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, speaking about, pretty much timing. But I want to get this in the NLT, so bear with me, Robert Bashar. Ecclesiastes, not Ecclesiasticus. I'm going to have to get it in the KJV because my tablet don't have no data. Unless I have a different, bear with me, Robert Bashar. Yeah, we'll just grab it in the KJV, and we'll go from there, and I'll break it down. Because the times we're in, we obviously, everything's about timing, man. And we want to be out of here like yesterday, but it's all about timing. And what led me to wanting to bring this out is before I began this street teaching is I was listening to Edo Apostle Ariamlab, and pretty much he brought it out, and he was making some edifying points. I just want to expound on that, Lord willing, just be edifying. Let me line up something else after it. Bear with me, Lord, for sure. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 1, it reads, "To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven." That's right. There's a season, there's a time, and there's a purpose under the heaven. There's nothing that happens by coincidence. It's all, people believe things are chronological, or they just happen out of the blue, like the Lord made the earth, man, with the 7 days, man was made on a day, the earth was made on a day, the lights, the animals, the elements. On the 7th day there was rest, which we proclaim as a Sabbath now, So these are the times that we're in, man, that there's a season and time and a place. Right now it's the summertime, it gets hot or whatnot, you see different fruits and plants flourishing, but guess what? In the winter, things die or whatnot. And right now, we're in the time of war, so we're seeing the rumors of war. We're seeing different coalitions. We're seeing different, pretty much tactics, different alliances. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. That's right, man. Hey, well, what do we do in the summer, in the springtime? We pluck up the fruits that was planted. In the wintertime, you let things go through the process because not much could go forth from that. It's a lot more resting during that time. A time to kill, a time to heal, a time to break down, and a time to build up. That's right. And as we see here, Babylon the Great, right now is a time to kill and a time to break down. It's not a time to heal and a time to build up right now. That time is going to be once this place is destroyed. When our kingdom is being built up. There's nothing being built up right now, man. Yeah, you see different apartments being built up. And the Lord said, they shall build and I shall throw down. But yeah, you see different infrastructures maybe being built up. But that's all coming to naught, man. These are the last investments of these Edomites in their empire. Because there's not much more that can come forth for this place, man. Money is not going to save this place. Because if you have $100 million, or if you're negative $100, and the dollar drops, you guys are on the same playing field, man. Same exact playing field. A time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance. That's right. Right now it is a time to weep, man. We should be in the house of mourning because we know of the destruction that's about to come here, man. We know the judgment that the Lord's got to bring here, and we don't want to taste of that, So therefore, we in the house of mourning, we weeping, but guess what? The Lord's got us, man. He said, "My servants shall eat, they shall laugh." What the hell? Damn, a caterpillar fell on me. Salakia. I think so. We in the elements though, so we got to deal with that shit. Hey, I thought it was the back of my damn scarf. But God, going on, verse 5, the time to cast away stones and the time to gather stones together, the time to embrace and the time to refrain from embracing. And that's one of my favorite scriptures right there. Because the Lord said there shall not be one stone left unturned, man. So all the judgments, all the prophecies that are written in this book that the Lord has prophesied and has put down, jotted down, they're all going to come to pass. Not one is going to be left pretty much on the table. All the prophecies are on deck. MOTB is clearly here. Neuralink, Elon Musk, so forth and so on. You got people playing chess with their brains. You got paraplegic people that are disabled doing things that they wasn't able to do. You got people getting heart transplants from a pig. Madness. World War III is obviously here. It's just not on the soils of Babylon the Great, you know. And we know it's not going to be here until, you know, pretty much the MOTB is pretty much implemented, because we know of the destruction, and it's not going to come until we know the MOTB is pretty much coming, man. Long story short. So that's going to come, and then once that comes, we could look at World War III coming right after, you know, simultaneously, pretty much. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to get and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to cast away, a time to rend and a time to sue, a time to keep silence and a time to speak. And right now we speaking, but guess what? In the times of calamity, once the Lord keys the tongue of our mouth to the roofs of our mouth, it's gonna be a time to keep silent, man. We're only gonna be talking to brothers, you know. We're only gonna be talking to a hopeful elect, man. The Lord wouldn't be a part of that number. But right now is not a time to be keeping silent. Right now we're supposed to be exalting the voice, you know, blowing the trumpet in Zion, you know, letting the people tremble, like it says in the book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 1. A time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. Before we get to the peace, before we get to Yasharim, the city of peace, before we get to all the streets paved with gold, you know, brothers with super flying abilities, and so forth and so on, we got to go through this tough time, man. And right now we at war, man. We at a spiritual war. You know, we had a war with our flesh, with our spirit. Come on, man. And we about to go into a literal war. You know, but that's why we need the Lord. That's why we do what we do, so we can be pretty much protected, so we can have that hedge of protection around us when the time comes. You know, because it's just gonna get bad. It says, this battle shall be let me get that, Lord willing. Isaiah 9:5, for every battle of the wars with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire, man. So this ain't gonna be no joke. This is gonna be a different kind of war, man. It's gonna be the last war. So the Lord's gonna the Lord's gonna make sure it goes out with a bang, you know, if you could, you know, receive what I'm saying, because the former wars, you had sticks and stones, you had arrows, you had guns, musket guns, you know, you had to put the gunpowder, then you put the bullet, all that, you know, pretty much not dumb shit, but I could say, you know, less technological stuff, you know. But in the times we in, knowledge has increased. The smith has blown on the coal, you know, all these different scientists like we've seen with Oppenheimer, all these different Germans, they came through and they perfected the splitting of different atoms. They done perfected the nuclear bombs and all these crazy things, right? And the Lord has given not only the Edomites, you know, that power, but their enemies, you know, like Moab, Ammon. So you got the Russians who are also Edomites, but, you know, they're not friends, they're not allies of Babylon the Great. So the Lord's going to use these different nations to pretty much submit this place, because this place was usually the one that had the power and the blessing to always possess these capabilities. But now, hey, the Lord has strengthened its enemies. That's how you know this place is going down. Look at the ruler of this place. This dude can't even formulate a sentence together. And we know that presidents, they don't actually rule the country. They're just a puppet face, especially in Babylon the Great, you know. But even so, man, this place is embarrassing. Bear with me while we shop. This place is embarrassing, man. You can't make this shit up, you know. But whether Trump or Biden wins this shit, it's still gonna be it's still gonna be a forsaken city, man. This place is gonna go down because of prophecy, you know. Well, it's just gonna be the speed of things and the nature of things of who's ruling. So we're here to witness it, and we're here to prophesy the downfall of this place. And they know about us, and they know what's coming, especially the elites of this place. That's why they're building bunkers out of this place. You got what they call DUMBS, deep underground military bases. They got different tunnel systems around the country, and whatnot. And you know, this is the times that we in, that people are looking for an escape, but the Lord's gonna find all of them, man. And especially if you're in a different land and you hiding, you're just gonna be the first fruits of slavery. You know, once the time comes, you know, we're gonna use you, and you're gonna have kids, and you're gonna come back, and you're just gonna serve captivity until your time is over. Especially for the Edomites, you guys are enemy number one. That speaks about in the book of Psalms 83. You know, it says we shall have continual work for them, man. So the brother's gonna have all these different requests, and they're gonna get fulfilled. You know, and the Lord's gonna put His anger in us that we're gonna execute vengeance on you guys, man. You know, it says we shall bind up your noblemen. Let me get that real quick. And I mentioned that because I always used to make a joke when I was around the brothers' home that I would feed my slaves and take care of them. I want them swollen and stocky so they could always be ready to fit the work, you know, shit like that. But, you know, in a joking matter, speaking as a man, Lord willing, you can receive what I'm saying. I'm not kissing no Edomite's eyes if you can receive what I'm saying. But, you know, when the Lord puts anger in us, though, man, ain't gonna be none of that, man. These heathens are gonna be treated so damn bad, man, because they treated us so damn bad, man. Imagine the Lord putting a vision in us of when they should throw our damn babies into alligator pits. Oh man, the Edomites gonna be through. We're gonna want to just kill. That's a slave every day getting killed, just for that vision, on your plantation, and like in one little group, just because of that vision, a slave getting killed. Wow. But let me get Psalms, I think 149. Bear with me, Abba Shah. Bear with me, Abba Shah. I'll start at verse 6. Let the high praises, Psalms 149, verse 6. Let the high praises of the power be in their mouth and the two-edged swords in their hand. Hey, that's the elect. That's the 144,000. That's the Israelites, the saints, with a two-edged sword in their hand. A two-edged sword is dangerous, man. So for you to have that in your hand, you know, the Lord's got to be with you, and you know how to control it, man. Let the high praises of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai be in our mouth, man. The Lord is always going to be on our heart. It's always going to be on our mind. We're going to have a new changed heart, man. This place is going to be holy. You're not going to be affected with carnal thoughts and fleshly ways anymore. We're going to have literally new bodies and a new mind. A whole new perspective of life. A whole new, because we're not going to be Babylonianized. Even though we're in the truth, whatnot, and we were washed, we're a new man, we still came from we're still, you know, we was raised up in Babylon, so we still have these fucked up tendencies. Verse 7, to execute vengeance, naquam in the Hebrew meaning payback, upon the heathen, and the punishments upon the people. We're going to be judging them people, man. Damn right. The same way they judged us and they put us in the hardcore bondage. We were under the hands of all these different heathens, man. From the so-called East Indians, from the so-called Chinese, Japanese. Hey, and that's beautiful because look how the Lord did it. We went off and we had to go through that. And the Lord's about to give them all to us, man. We're about to have them all at once. So, you know, our kingdom going to be built fast. We're going to have a whole bunch of labor. You know, when the time is up for, you know, when they perform their duties, their indignation, righteous anger, they're pretty much going to be set in their lands and they're going to be tributaries to us. They're going to pay taxes how we pay taxes to them, you know, and different things of that sort. You know, they'll be in their own respective lands. But Esau, Edom, your ass is gone. To bind up their kings with chains and their nobles with feathers of iron, man. So the Joe Bidens, the Bill Gates, the Elon Musk, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, so forth and so on, all these noble dukes and lords and of London, oh, the fuck out of here, man. Put these fucking shackles on your feet for me real quick and line up. Get in the back of the line with the rest of your fucking, you know, slop eaters. To execute upon them the judgment written, this honor have all his saints. Praise ye the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. So that's literally going to be an honor, man. You know, scripture speak about, let me see if I can get this real quick, Bible Shah, bear with me. You know, that's an honor, man. And that's what we have to seek to come for. You know, Jake out here waiting on reparations while the dollar's falling. Forget about that shit, bro. We literally at the end. What the hell is money going to do to us right now? Money's good all the time. You know, it's appreciated. I'd take a damn check, but that's malarkey. That's all gibberish. That's all a waste of time. It's distraction. It says in the book of Ecclesiasticus, or Sirach 25, verse 7, there be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that have joy of his children, of course. Who doesn't want to raise their children? Who the hell wants to be a deadbeat? You don't get no joy from that. And he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. So, bam, there goes my point. That's what the other Apostle Ariamla mentioned. This will also inspire me to do this lesson, man. It says, in the latter part of that verse, it says, he that liveth to see the fall of his enemies. So we literally in the best time and the worst time of history. Why? Because we literally getting the witness to see the downfall of enemies, which a lot of people wanted to see, man. A lot of prophets of old have desired to see these things. A lot of people who have passed on had desired to see these things. You know, a lot of our grandparents, our great-grandparents and whatnot, talking about this place is going to fall, we at the end. We're literally getting to see this shit, man. It's not going to be in our grandchildren's generation. It's literally going to be in our generation, man, and we're going to see it. You know, Aparatazah. You know, we be a part of the deliverance. And we're in the worst part of history because shit's falling, man. The economy's bad. You know, the human body's decaying, breaking down. Men in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, feeling elements on up. The food is not even food. You got plastic, rubber food. I don't know how people's falling for that, but, you know, these are the times we're in, man. People are literally shooting at each other over $3, $1. Yeah, I heard these are real stories. I'm not making this up, man. This is just local news. You know, we're not even talking about global news. Food manufacturers getting burnt up on purpose and shit like that. And, man, we can go on. Pedophilia, child trafficking, adrenochrome, rituals, sodomy, trans all that shit, transformism, war, you know, nuclear war, you know, beheadings. We about to witness a lot, and this is just the beginning of it, man. So it's a lot to come down this pipeline of destruction. You know, the Bible has written of it, and that's why we speak of it so much. That's why we're able to speak of it so frequently, because there's so much to speak upon. It's easier to do a lesson these days because things are just unraveling and unfolding by the minute, man. Continuing in Ecclesiastes chapter 3. Honestly, I'm going to go to Habakkuk chapter 2. We're good. Ecclesiastes chapter 3. Fulfilled my duties there, Lord willing. Brought out what I wanted to bring out. It says in Habakkuk chapter 1, or Habakkuk. A lot of brothers say Habakkuk or Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 1. I will stand upon my watch, and I will set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what shall I answer when I am reproved. What's that watch? Doing what we doing now, man. Doing on that watch and bringing out this word. Seeing what the Lord, you know, pretty much gonna make of it. And the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai answered me and said, write the vision, and make it plain upon tables that he may run that readeth it. That's right, man. Because the runners are those who take the word and they bring it out, man. You know, and that's what we doing. We running and we bring this word out. Plain upon tables. This right here. The scriptures. Vision of Habakkuk, of the end coming. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the other Apostle Ariamla, he mentioned the high priest Ariah. If it's not Ariah, Salakia. It's someone of high ranking. It's someone that, you know, was one of the first fruits of the truth. He pretty much mentioned. I guess you could say about 30, 40 years ago, because the Apostle is about to be, I believe, 40 plus years into this thing. But long story short, he mentioned pretty much how in the time that they were in, I guess they were dealing with the Apostle Tahar and the other apostles while they're at their younger age. They're saying pretty much there's nothing happening right now, but there's going to be a time where things will unravel and unfold. And for a man to say that, it takes great faith. You know, for you to be seeing nothing, you telling other men that more things going to happen, and you not, and then the other men to not perceive you as crazy, you know, that's a blessing, man. You know, because you tell people shit right now, and all these things are happening, they still perceive you as crazy. So imagine when things were a lot slower. Literally, day by day, there's the craziest news. You don't go one day without crazy news, bro. And if you don't see crazy news, you're not looking enough. I ain't saying drive yourself crazy, be the bearer of bad news and look for crazy news, but shit pops up, man. It's in your face. One of my boys, I was sending him some shit about, like, you know, he was being arrested about certain crimes. He was like, bro, I get tired of seeing this shit. You ain't seen nothing yet, brother. Stop down. For the vision is yet for an appointed time. Then we just read Ecclesiastes chapter 3. Everything's for an appointed time, man. Of course, we want to be out of here this place like yesterday, but it's all for an appointed time. We have to wait on the Lord. You know, He has to come and deliver us, bro. You know, IUIC going around worldwide, 12 tribes worldwide, marching around the whole fucking earth, trying to save every damn body. That's not gonna happen. You're trying to take the Lord's glory from Him. The Lord is the one that's gonna take the credit and the glory for saving His people. Y'all was shot, man. You know, and we could do this work via the unicorn, man. You know, however many, there's not an amount of people that can't see me on this platform when it gets posted. I get 1 viewers, I can get 1 billion viewers. You know, speak. Continuing, it says, "But at the end it shall speak." Hey, and we at the end, and this thing is, the scriptures. There's not one thing that's happening on the earth that a brother can't go to the Bible and match it up with. At the end it shall speak. You know, the scriptures are literally getting off the Bible. The scriptures is literally getting out the book and just walking, like just showing itself, just manifesting, you know, and not lie, because the Lord is not a man that he should lie, man. Everything that's written is going to come to pass. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Hey, we see that. Verse 4, "Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith, the elect. Yeah, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desires as hell, is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gather unto him all nations, and heap into him all people." Esau Edom, man. Hey, he dealt treacherously. And he also, the apostle also mentioned pretty much how Moab, they came here and they got deceived, you know, and they pretty much got put into like some pretty much, not slavery, but some hardcore work. You know, they thought they were gonna come here and just start balling and shit. Hell no. They got them build roadways, railways, and all this crazy stuff. Shall not all these take up a parable against them? That's right. They created many enemies, and everybody's ready to take a piece of the pie of the destruction of Babylon the Great, thinking that they're going to be the next one ruler shit, but they just don't know. You know, the meek of the earth, you know, the poor, is who's about to take next, which is the elect, first fruits, and, you know, those who come after us, which is through our loins, the rest of the Israelites. A taunting proverb against him, and say, "Woe to him that increaseth that which is not his, how long? And to him that laddeth up with thick clay." That thick clay going to debt. You know, this dude had done brought up hella debt, you know, and he done took what's not his. This is the land of Gad and Reuben, Issachar. You know, they was here first. You know, you go into other countries, you set up your embassies, you try to claim this is you try to come in the name of help and democracy. Somebody found oil in their land, all of a sudden they got a they got a problem of this, that, and the third. You got to go save the women and children. You start bombing people, and then you take over. Hey, man, your lives have been discovered. They've been revealed. You know, all your tactics are exposed. So we're at the end, man. You know, you're literally crumbling down. You know, the intimidation that you had on the other nations, the ways that you had, these ways to go about your business, they came to naught. You know, they're not as powerful as you perceive, as you always thought they would continue. Esau Edom, you're finished. You're done. Verse 7, "Shall they not rise up suddenly, that shall bite thee, and wake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them, because thou hast spoiled many nations." Spoiled is another word for rob. You rob them of their resources. You rob them of their people. That's a lot, man. Because now these people have to live forever on, their generations after generations after generations. They have to live on in poverty. They have to live on impoverished, decayed mentally, spiritually. That's why the scripture tells us to flee from Babylon the Great. You know, spiritually, because this place shall be a spoil. Let me get that after I read this, Lord willing. Let me get it right now before I forget it. Nah, this place is through, man. They going to Ghana, trying to bring through sodomy, Kamala Harris, and all that. They told her to get the hell up out of here, man. You know, they got a rule, or they got a law, that if you become a sodomite, or if you do anything of sodomy, you get put to death. And that's of the scriptures, man. You know, so that's how you rule a place. That's how you rule a kingdom. That's not what I want. Bear with me over the shot. Sure destruction. Micah 2:10, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Hey, we're supposed to be doing the work, man. We got so much rest coming. We got to be resting for the rest of our lives, man. We're literally not going to die because we're going to have new bodies, we're going to have a new mind. We're not going to sin. Sin is the reason that we die, man. You know, we went off and now we're in these chains of darkness, which is these damn bodies. We're going to be unloosened. The Lord's already loosened our captivity, where we're not in hardcore bondage, where we got freedom of speech, where we can do the work, so forth and so on. So, see, with myself, first and foremost, you know, we got to be doing this work, you know, to the best of our abilities and just keep bringing it out, because we got a lot. We got so much rest coming, man. Hey, the thing is, we're not going to be just slothful with all this rest, man. It's all going to be to great use. We're going to have different things. We're going to be literal rulers, man. We're not going to be like these fake-ass rulers out here that just be calling shots and all that. We're literally going to be ruling the earth. The earth is not something simple, you know. That's why he's got 144,000 of us to do it. He don't got, of course, Yahweh Shah could do it on his own, but he don't got just one man doing it, man. You know, of course, there's order, there's rank and file to this thing, but you know, different parts of the earth. We're gonna be doing interplanetary travel. I got that from the Elder Kazak out of Tennessee, or Memphis. He may be in. I think it's Memphis. But is Memphis in Tennessee? Now I sound like a dumbass. Nah. Now I'm super tripping. That's not here nor there. But the Elder's actually in Mississippi. I know that's a state. I'm tripping though. That's that Florida education, Salakia. Because it is, I think Memphis is in Tennessee though. Yeah, Memphis, Tennessee. I ain't tripping at all. Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you even with the sword of destruction, man. This place, if you fall into it, if you believe in this place, Babylon the Great, or what they say, the land of the free, the proud, the brave, you all patriotic, you all to Babylon, you believe in it. I told this one dude yesterday, he posted something about Biden or whatnot, or some shit about some presidency or something about war. I said, this place is gonna burn. He's like, nah, this place not gonna burn. It just needs some new rulership and all that. Like, shut the fuck up. This place is gonna burn. You don't believe that? My bad. I ain't even mean to swipe over and shit. This place is gonna burn, man. There's no fucking negotiations with you. I ain't going back and forth. Either fucking glizzy, man. Even with a sword destruction, that's right. So continuing on Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 8. They'll spoil many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood for the vines of the land of the city and all that dwell therein. Hey, these people have a lot of blood on their hand, man. And they got to pay for that, man. The Lord is not just about to wipe y'all slate clean just because you guys are the Edomites. Just because y'all the bad and the proud, the fuck out of here, man. This place is over with. You know, so the point is really made. Continue to verse 9. Woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house, and he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. This place is not going to be delivered from the power of evil at all. You know, the left-hand side ain't going to help this place, man. You know, we're at the end of this society, and Abaratazah, we get to see, you know, the end of this place come down. I'm going to go to Ezekiel chapter 38 real quick, grab a few verses and end off with that. Because it's going to be the ultimate destruction of this place. It's Gog and Magog, being the Russians, Magawag, and Magog meaning of Gog. You know, they're pretty much going to destroy this place through ICBM thermonuclear missiles. They're already running through Ukraine, you know, but because of propaganda, you might not know that. You might think it's an even fair war, but if you're going out on different news sources and you're seeing these different off-site platforms, you're seeing that Russia is clearly easily running through the Ukrainians. That's why they need so much money. You think if they were doing so well, we'd be sending that much fucking money? You think other nations would be helping them if they were doing that damn well? Come on, man. Get out of here. Poland trying to help Ukraine, so forth and so on. Russia got Belarus. Come on, man. Ezekiel chapter 38, verse 1. The Lord Yahweh Shemel came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against them. Hey, Russia, meaning Ra'ashar in the Hebrew, means head prince, chief prince. Meshach in the Hebrew goes back to the word, or Salakia. Moscow goes back to the word Meshach. So this is literally, like it says in Habakkuk, at the end it shall speak. Proof is in the pudding, man. People don't do the research or whatnot, but that's on them. You know, the prophets, we prophesy, we stand forth, and it says we have an unction from the Holy One to know all things. So the Lord has revealed unto the body literal secrets and literal genius things, you know. And you bring these things to other people, they'll think you crazy, or their mind literally can't take it because they're not deep enough. They're not spiritual. You gotta be spiritual for these things, man. For these things not to be born to you, for them not to be long and drawn out to you, the spirit gotta be on you, for sure. And say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Bashim outside, behold, I am against thee, O God, chief prince of Meshach and Tubal. I will turn thee back and put hooks inside jaws. I will bring thee forth. So even if they was given a whole bunch of money, there's no deal that could be made. The Lord is literally setting up these judgments. The heart of the kings is in the hands of the Lord, man. The Lord controlleth whosoever he will. And I'm roughly paraphrasing that, probably terribly. But, you know, also says about the man's goings of the Lord, you know, in the dream and the vision of the night. The Lord instilled these different instructions for our daily walk and whatnot. So Putin is literally controlled by the Lord. And he brought out those Russian icons and whatnot. So this thing is it's all biblical. I watched this movie. They were talking about pretty much this war they were going to because they was at like a funeral and they were talking about like they're going to have a shootout. It was like it's going to be biblical. And hey, this thing is going to be biblical. When something is bigger than life itself, you know, like a nuclear missile or a nuclear bomb, that's biblical, man. You know, man is not going to do that. Man on the carnal, one-dimensional level don't think outside the box like that. You know, man bring a bullet, he bring a sword, he makes you perish. But you start bringing bombs and you start bringing mass destruction, mass killing, that's biblical. That's of the Lord. And all thine army and horsemen, all of them that clothe with all sorts of armor. Hey, we ain't talking about no damn swords, man. We're talking about drones, so forth and so on, ICBMs. Even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. Persia, Ethiopia, Libya, with all them, shield and helmet. Gomer, all his bands. Also Togomar, the north quarters, all his bands, many people with you. So people gonna have different allies, so forth and so on, man. So these are the times that we in that, you know, these different nations are gonna team up and they're gonna clash. And once they realize that they have a great enemy at hand, which is gonna be Yahushua, they're gonna end up in the Battle of Armageddon, which is the Mountain of Truths, Armageddon in the Hebrew, and they're gonna go at it. And Fertile Crescent. But yeah, Fertile Crescent, you know, pretty much the so-called Middle East, what they call it, you know, and Jehoshaphat, Yahweh Shaphat, the Lord's judgment. The Lord's gonna pretty much plead for his people because all his people been in the hand of all these enemies. While they at war, they're gonna stop. They're gonna see they got a bigger problem, and the Lord gonna crush them. And that's how the Lord likes to battle. The Lord don't want to go to battle with just Babylon. The Lord want to go to battle with all you fucking heathens because that's why you shouldn't go to war, man. Don't send your daughters, and anyone you know, tell them you ain't coming back if you go. But long story short, the Lord loves a nice battle. That's how the Lord does his stories, man. Look at King David. He was a young man going against Goliath. When you read the story of David and Goliath in a different translation, Goliath was supposed to be 9 feet tall. You know, men back then, they lived longer and they were bigger and whatnot, but 9 feet tall, that's imagine being Nate Robinson going against LeBron James or like somebody bigger, you know, one of them tall ass Greek freaks or some shit, man. You know, and I believe Goliath was so damn big, he had somebody holding his shield, if I'm not mistaken, man. So this is how the Lord's about to do this thing, man, you know. With the Lord of hosts, they're about to crush this place. And Abaratazah, we be risen up with these spiritual powers that we get to take forth in this destruction. Who the hell don't want to be getting a little slice of that? You know, we want to get a punch in, man. You see your brothers at war, you don't want to be the one recording. You don't want to be the one on the sideline. Man, you want to, you know, throw it, man. You know, if you can receive what I'm saying. You know, but it's a spiritual thing. We can keep it spiritual until, you know, the Lord raises us up and we can get a slice of that pie. But at the end of the day, the day got to end. So with that, I brought this out as the edifying straight to the point. Giving all the glory and praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Ka'ak Kadash, double office and others and possible. No son, shalom to 100,000. Keep pushing, brothers. We almost out of this bitch.